Hello, yogis. My name's Rivka. I'll be leading us through this practice. So the frame around this practice is around the concept of Santosha, which translates to contentment. And this is a complicated practice or framework to exercise in the context that we're currently in. Many of us in either self-quarantine or some sort of lockdown or social distancing. So what does it mean to be content in this moment and to not live inside this moment wishing that it were in any other way than it is? How do we honor the present without trying to project ourselves into the future or to just be in sorrow for what we've lost? And if we are experiencing those sorts of emotional disturbances, how can we cultivate a space for contentment inside even an experience or a perceived emotion such as sorrow or grief or loss? What would it mean to be content with that experience? So I'll be leading our physical practice, our asana, with that as framework. And if that serves you, please use this as an opportunity to cultivate your own contentment. And if not, please take a moment and set for yourself whatever sort of intention would serve to keep you present on your mat, in your body, as we begin to move and breathe. So draw your attention to your seat, your sits bones below you. Stack your shoulders on top of your hips, your ears on top of your shoulders. Draw the backs of the hands to the tops of the thighs. Lift up through the crown of the head. Soften the belly. Relax the jaw. Seal the lips. Draw your attention inside. Close your eyes. That feels comfortable. Exhale all the air out of the lungs. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, let something go. Another one just like that. Deep breath in. And release. Another breath to bring you more deeply, more presently into this moment right now. And an exhale, release. Next breath, arms rise, biceps coming near the ears, fingertips reaching towards the sky. And exhale, flipping the palms away from each other, fingertips return to the space near the hips. Inhale, arms rise. Maybe the chin lifts towards the sky. Exhale, fingers return to the ground. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend the elbows, scrape the wall behind you like cactus arms reaching apart. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, opening up, elbows wide, heart lifting. Inhale, arms rise up. On the exhale, twisting to the right, left hand comes to right knee, right hand grounds behind you, twisting from the navel. One breath here. Rooted through the sits bones, gaze over right shoulder. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, twisting to the left, right hand to left knee, twisting from the navel. One breath. Inhale, reaching arms up. And exhale, hands come to knees, curve at the spine, pull the navel in, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, rock forward on the sits bone, hearts lead the way. Lift up. Exhale, hollow the spine out, let your hands support you, arms nice and strong. Inhale, rocking forward. Exhale, hollow out the belly, bring the chin into the chest. Inhale, rocking forward. Nice long spine. Switch the cross of the legs, rock forward over your sits bones, bring the hands over the shins. Walk the hands away from the body. Tent up onto fingertips. Pull through the heart. Lift up through the chin. Long spine. Exhale. Rolling through the back body. Letting the head fall towards the earth. Inhale. Pulling up and through. Little undulations in the spine. Getting the hips to wake up. Exhale, rounding down. Nice organic movements in the spine. Inhale one more time, reaching the heart forward. Chest towards the ground. Exhale, rounding over. Inhale, nice long spine, walking the hands over the right thigh. Left fingertips reach away from left hip. Nice stretch all the way from fingertips into the left hip flexor. Inhale, coming back through center, walking the hands over to the left. Right hand reaches away. Nice sensation inside that right hip, no? Walking the hands back through center. And walking the hands to the midline of the body. Press into the crease of the hips. Lift up and long. Bring the soles of the feet to stand in the ground. In front of you, hip width distance. Sweep the arms out and behind. Fingertips reaching away from the body. Pull up through the center of the chest. And dip the knees over to the right. Inhale to reach up through center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale over to center. Exhale to the right. Sweep left hand back behind you. Come down onto forearms. Pull the center of the chest through the window of the arms. Long spine. Reach left hand back behind. Grab hold of left shin, left ankle. Pull back like you're stringing a bow. Exhale, bring knee into nose, round the spine. Inhale, reach back, pulling long. Exhale, knee comes towards nose. Inhale to reach back, pull the bow. Exhale, last time, knee comes to nose. Maybe give it a little kiss. Hi, knee. Sweep left hand back behind, come rock through center, pause for a moment. Just notice the difference from one side to the next. And exhale, send the hips to the left. Sweep right hand back behind. Come down into forearms. Pull the center of the chest through the window of the arms. Ground into left hand, left forearm. Reach right hand behind. Grab hold. Right shin, right ankle. Pull back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee comes towards the nose. Inhale one more time, reaching up, pulling back. Exhale, knee comes into the nose. Reset right leg next to left. Come back through center, rock over the cross of your legs. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders into tabletop. Tops of the feet long on the mat behind you. Press into the full circle of the palms. Make some circles of the shoulders over the wrists. Getting the wrists used to bearing the pressure of the body. Switch directions. Always taking the time to warm up the joints. Finding your stability, your groundedness, nice long spine. Press into hands and knees. Inhale, drop the belly to the ground. Lift the back of the head and tailbone towards one another. Exhale, pull navel into spine. Round through the 2 points of the scapula. Shoulder blades. Inhale, peel the back body together. Exhale, round. This nice cat-cow undulations in the spine. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, nice neutral spine. Find your balance in your left shin and both hands. Extend right leg back behind. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, knee towards elbow. Inhale, reach, extend. This time find a circle in that right hip, swinging it around. Keep your gaze between both hands here. Smooth and steady in your breath. Switch directions wherever that feels appropriate for you, opening up that hip. We're working towards half pigeon in our practice today, so always nice to have spent a little extra time warming up the hips. Press into both hands, bring that right knee down next to left, and extend left heel back and long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend left leg back. Knee to elbows. Inhale one more time, extending left leg back and long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Extend left leg, reaches back, finding circles now. Opening up the left hip, extending the heel back, bending the knee as it comes forward on the exhale. And switching directions in that revolution. One more breath here. And then left knee plants directly underneath left hip. Send your hips back towards your heels. Bring the torso to rest on the tops of the thighs, or separate the knees to let your torso fall between the thighs. Reach the arms out in front of you. Child's pose. 2 breaths here. You're always welcome to come to child's pose or some other resting posture at any point to recenter the self, to reconnect, realign with your intention in your practice. Inhale, walk forward onto hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent and send the hip bones towards the sky. Bend and straighten one knee, walk your dog. Shift the hips over to the side, stretching into the side body. Shoulders away from the ears, rotate the armpits towards one another, long spine. Always privilege long spine over straight legs. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Reach the hips up high. Walk the hands to the backs, the feet to the back of your hands, as many steps as it takes to get your feet towards your hands. And then rock forward across the length of your foot. Bring your hands to the ground or hands to your shins. And halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep both arms out to the side. Come all the way up to standing flat back. Palms together to touch overhead. Exhale, bring the hands through the third eye, resting at the heart space. Close the eyes. Reconnect with your intention here as we move from seated to standing postures. What if you are all that you've been longing for? Can you be content in this moment right here? Deep breath in and out. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Interlace the fingers with the index points. Plug the shoulders into their sockets. Send the hips over to the left, the shoulders to the right. Inhale to reach up through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to reach up and long, like you're tracing a long rainbow over you. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to the left. Inhale to reach through center. Send the points of the hips forward. Lift up through the center of the chest. Little back bend. Release the lace of the hands. Dive for long legs. Forward fold. Hands slide up onto shins, lifting halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back and long. Come up onto blocks, fingertips, books, whatever you have that helps you pull up through the center of the chest Energy through the back of that right heel. Find your stability on both legs and reach arms up and long. Eka Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. Back heel is lifted. You're balancing here. Gaze out on the horizon. Pinky spiral towards each other. Shoulders down the back body. 2 breaths here. Take responsibility for whatever disturbance, whatever shakiness is inside your practice right now. Exhale. Both hands come down to frame the left foot. Slide the left foot back to meet the right, coming to the top of a push-up or plank. Pause here. You can come down onto your knees if need be, or press through the heels. Long line of energy from the back of the head. One more breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Soften the knees, lift the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. Look forward between your hands. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Find your balance on your feet. Tent up through your fingertips. Heart leads the way. Long line of energy. And inhale, sweep both arms up and wide. Eka Virabhadrasana. Complete acceptance. 2 breaths here. Lift up through the back of that left knee. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, both hands come down to frame the right foot. Step the left foot forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Drop the crown of the head. Feet hip width distance. Inside arches parallel. Grab for opposite elbow. Sway a bit from side to side. Let that go. Sweep both arms back behind the body. Interlace the fingers. Drop the crown of the head. Pull the lace of the hands down the back body like a tail, or reach the lace of the knuckles up and overhead. Opening up across the front of the chest. Slide the hands down the outsides of the legs. Hands onto shins. Lift and lengthen halfway, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep both arms out and wide, flat back. Come all the way up to standing, palms together to touch through the third eye, resting at the heart space. Inhale, sweep both arms out and overhead. Exhale, hinge at the waist, dive long legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands to the outsides of pinky edge toes. Reach them up by the bicep. Bend at the knees. Hinge at the hips. Sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Because you are. Chair pose. 3 breaths here. Sit back. You should be able to lift up onto your toes. Your weight is in your heels. Knit your low ribs and your as-is bones, your hip bones together. 2 more breaths. Shoulders away from the ears. Let the expression go in the face. Let it be what it is. Inhale, dive forward, long legs, forward fold. Exhale, let that go. Inhale, step the right foot back and long. Pivot the back heel down and cartwheel the hands up and open to Warrior Two. Left hand reaches forward, right hand reaches back on the same plane. So check that back hand. Make sure that it's not too far down or up, but that they're really expansive and opening up. Bend the left elbow, let it come to the top of left thigh, reach right arm up and overhead. Inhale, sweep right hand alongside right leg, left arm reaches back and low. Inhale, finding that rainbow again, up and overhead, that little dance. Exhale, sweep up and over. Exhale, both hands come down to frame. Left foot step, left foot back to meet the right. Top of a push-up, hold here. 3 breaths, maybe rocking forward, shoulders over the wrists. Or finding that stillness, letting it be what it is. Finding gratitude, contentment for this moment right here. 1 more breath. Soften the knees, lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward between the legs. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Pivot the back heel down. Long line of energy between right heel and left heel. Cartwheel the hands up. Warrior two. Side facing warrior. On the right side, again, check that shoulders and hips are in line with each other. Smooth, steady acceptance. Bend the right elbow, let it come to the top of right thigh. Reach left arm up and overhead. Sweep left hand back by left leg. Reaching right hand up and over. Reversing. Exhale one more time, reaching back and long. Exhale, both hands come down to frame. The right foot, step the right foot back to meet the left. Bend the knees, lift the hips up. And back to your downward facing dog. Rock your armpits towards each other. Sweep right leg up and back. Keep your hip points both parallel with the ground. Inhale to find your stability here. Three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward so that shoulders are over the wrists and sweep right knee between. Land here. Outside of right shin between the legs. Press into the toes of the left foot. Press into the hands. Reach up and back. Exhale again. Half pigeon just for a moment. Ekapada Kapotasana. Inhale to reach up and back. Exhale. This time land your half pigeon. Your right knee is close to your right hand and you're on the outside of your right shin. Untuck the left toes. Keep the hip points reaching towards each other. You'll probably have some lift or some gap between that right thigh and your mat. So you can put a block there or a blanket there if that helps you find stability. Or you can really keep energetically pushing through the left hip to keep those hips balanced. Keep your hands pressing to the outside of the right knee. Lift up through the heart. Chin reaches a proud half pigeon. Exhale, you can stay here or lower down, draping the torso over the front of the leg. You can make a little pillow of the arms. You can rest your head on a block. Or you can extend the arms out long, let the forehead fall to the ground if that feels nice. 2 breaths here. Inhale, walking the hands back underneath the shoulders. Lifting up again through the heart. Tuck the toes on the left foot. Strong moment. Press into your hands. Pull the knee into the navel and lift back through your 3-legged dog. Might feel nice to shake out that hip a little bit. Get the blood flow going. And then reset right foot next to left. And we'll do the same thing on the left side. Find your groundedness in your right foot. And then extend left heel up and back. Exhale, sweep the knee in between the hands, shoulders over the wrists. Land for a moment. Inhale, press into the hands, lift the knee back and long. Exhale, sweeping through. Inhale, reaching the heel up and back. Exhale, landing, half pigeon. Whoa, does it feel different from one side on the next to me? Untuck the toes on your right foot. Your hip flexors may be talking to you. Again, Santosha, contentment, accept whatever they're saying to you and honor those impulses. Press into your hands, pull forward on the chest. Lift up, proud half pigeon. Complete acceptance. And then slowly on an exhale, fold over this leg. So again, onto forearms, onto blocks, finding a position in which you can let go inside this posture. Finding inside this practice maybe a chance to cultivate peace, comfort, gratitude, contentment inside what may be discomforting. One more breath. Bringing hands back underneath the shins. Again, strong movement. Press into the hands. Tuck the toes on the right foot. Inhale. Pull the knee into the middle. Reach up and back. Three-legged dog. Shake that out if it feels nice. And then bring both feet underneath you. Your downward facing dog. Look forward between the hands. Walk the feet to the backs of the hands to come into your forward fold. Inhale, reach hands up onto shins, lifting halfway. And exhale, release. Inhale, sweep both arms out and wide, come all the way up to standing, palms together to touch through the third eye, resting at the heart space. Inhale, find your grounding, your stability here. Balance postures. Ground into your left foot. Press into both hands. I swear it helps me find stability to press into my palms. Ground into your left foot. Come up onto your right toes and test that balance. Once you have your balance there, pull the right knee in. The toes come back. Extend right heel out behind you. Hinge at the hips and long torso, spine parallel with the ground. Pulling the toes back towards the body. Hands can continue pressing. They can reach out wide like airplane wings or up and overhead. 2 breaths here. If you're balancing, you're testing. Come out the same way we went in. Sweep the right knee back up. And exhale. Landing. Palms together to touch. Close the eyes. Go inside. Letting that little biometric shift happen. As we change from right to left. Ground into your right foot. Inhale. Bring the knee up. Left knee up. Find your balance here. Exhale, hinge at the hips, dive forward. Keep both hip points equally reaching towards the ground, shoulders in line with hips, long lines of energy. Pull those left toes back to the body. And again, arms can reach out to the side or up and overhead. 3 breaths here. Inhale, come out the same way we went in. Sweep left knee up and ground it down. Nice job. Inhale, sweep both arms up and overhead, palms together to touch. Resting at the heart space. Heel toe your feet out from one another. Like you have a pie wedge between your feet. And wide straddle, horse straddle. Shift the hips as you go down. Little yogi squat. Wow, my hips are talking. Haha. That's what you get, right? Kapotasana. You can bring the elbows to the insides of your knees. 2 more breaths here. Cultivating compassion for whatever you're experiencing. And then sweeping the hands back behind. Give yourself a landing on your seat. Bring the soles of the feet together in front of you. The center of your mat, soles of the feet long. Hands hook underneath the knees. Reach the center of the heart forward. Find that point of balance between the sits bones and your sacrum where you can balance, but your spine doesn't round. So lift up through the center of the chest. You can extend through the heels or reach through the toes. Arms can reach up and long. Navasana, boat pose. 2 breaths here. Whole body is working. And exhale, bring the soles of the feet flat to the ground. Drape the torso over the legs. Give yourself a little hug. Moment of gratitude. Inhale, reach the spine long. Hook the hands behind the backs of the knees. Round the spine. And bring the full of the back into contact with the mat. Once you get to the bottom, extend the arms out long. Let the legs open wide. Stretch the ankles to either side of your mat like a big letter X. And take up space. Let that go. And pull the knees into the chest. Reach the arms up and over the knees. Grab hold of opposite wrist. Maybe rock a bit from side to side if that feels nice. And bring your hands to the knees if that feels better. And tuck the chin to the chest. Hook the hands underneath the knees and rock a bit up and down. Just giving the full length of the spine a little massage. And then extend left leg out long. Press energy through the left heel. Pull the right toes back like you're standing on the leg. Fingers reach around right knee. Inhale, pull the right knee to the outside of right torso. Exhale, pull the knee to the midline. Inhale to open up the hip. Exhale, pulling towards the midline. Plant the sole of right foot just towards the inside of the left knee, and then shift the hips over to the right, just an inch or so. Extend the arms out wide from the shoulders. Inhale, ground through both shoulder points, and exhale, twist over to the left. Gaze can look over right fingertips. Maybe the left hand comes to the outside of right thigh to aid gravity. Supta Matsyendrasana, a supine twist. 3 breaths here. A gentle letting go. Inhale, pulling right knee back across the body, planting the sole of the foot, stacking hips and shoulders in line with each other, and extend right heel out long. Inhale to pull, left knee in. Exhale, knee comes across the midline. Inhale to pull, knee towards the left rib cage. Exhale, knee comes back across the body. Inhale to open. Exhale. Plant the sole of left foot onto the ground. Shift the hips over to the left. Extend. Arms out wide to the side. Ground through both shoulder blades. Don't let them lift. Ground there. Exhale, twisting to the right. Left hip stacks on top of right. Again, bring right hand to the outside of left knee. A little love for yourself in this moment. Maybe gaze looks over left shoulder. 3 breaths. Extend both arms out wide. Pull the left knee back across the body. Both soles of the feet come to stand on the mat. Knees are bent. Align the hips and shoulders together. Reach the hands towards the heels. Walk the heels back towards the hands. Feet are hip width distance from one another. Press down into the feet. Press forward in the feet. Press into the back of the head to lift the shoulders down the back body. Inhale, lift the hips towards the sky. Exhale, gently roll down the spine. Inhale to lift hips up and long. Exhale to lower down, opening up across the front body. Inhale, last time we'll lift and stay. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose, lifting the hips up, pressing down into the feet, pressing forward in the feet. Hands can interlace underneath the body. Press into the forearms to lift the hips up even more. 2 breaths here. Gaze stays looking towards the sky or down the body. Releasing the bind of the arms, gently lowering the torso down to the ground. Taking a moment to set yourself up for Shavasana, your final resting posture. Whatever way you'll be most comfortable here, we'll stay here just a few moments. If you have time, stay as long as you like. So whatever that means to you, whether it's a block underneath the knees or maybe a blanket draped at the hips, take some time to get yourself comfortable. Bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, or open the palms towards the sky. Receive some energy from your practice. And I'll hold this space for you for these next few moments and then guide you out. So however you are in your Shavasana, take a moment to make yourself 10% more comfortable. And release any conscious control of the breath. Taking a scan of the body. From the top of the head, releasing whatever won't serve you. Any holdings or tension from the face, neck, shoulders. Letting gravity take. Trusting your mat, the floor, the ground to hold you. Releasing from the torso, back body, front body, the hips, thighs, knees, calves and feet. Trusting in this moment that you've done enough, that you are enough. And in this way, cultivating a deep practice, collective belonging, a peace, contentment. Take a deep breath in and exhale, practice freedom. You're welcome to stay here. Or if you'd like to find your way out of your practice, gently, slowly, in the next 3 to 5 breaths, making your way to an easy seat, like the one in which we began our practice. And once you've arrived, taking the time to set up your alignment, stacking shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Palms come together to touch, pulling through the third eye, resting at the heart. Bowing the head to the heart, lifting the heart to the head, the 2 seats of wisdom, of grace, of abundance inside the body. That space of contentment that is always just a breath away. From the bottom of my heart to yours, thank you for sharing your practice, your effort, your energies with me. I wish you peace and contentment wherever you are. Jai Bhagwan. Namaste.